The wacky world of MultimediaJay.
Spartans! Tonight we check out Windows 10!
Epic fail.
I broke my computer. You want to come help with my computer, yes? Well, that didn't take too long now, did it? I broke it! Okay, whatever the heck that impression was supposed to be. Yeah, that didn't take too long at all, and I didn't have to lift a finger for the Windows 10 technical preview on the Silver Bullet, which has been sitting on there for the past nearly 6 months since the computer had its power problems last summer. Yeah, it didn't take too long. I tried to download some Windows updates, and this is so like a Let's Play, darn it, but I did some off-screen stuff. But yeah, I was fretting about the weather and stuck staying up late anyways to try and figure out what I was going to do about the ice crap we had this morning. It didn't work out very well, to say the very least. So I figured, let's try downloading a Windows update or two, like and of course the antivirus and things along those lines, and some sort of digital signature, blah blah something or another, took down the whole system. So here's what we're gonna do. Because I no longer have the technical preview because, well, Windows 10 went to retail months ago, let's see if the Windows 10 retail CD will do a repair on this install. And if there's really no way, of course, I don't think there's a way to upgrade the technical preview to... Why do I keep thinking I'm going to be able to do this? Okay, here's what's going to happen. I don't think there's a way to upgrade the technical preview install to a full retail install of Windows 10. This was running the Windows 10 Pro preview, too. I don't think Microsoft is that generous. I think what I'm going to do is, if I get to the point where it's like, hey, register Windows for $100 to continue, that'll be the end of Windows on this thing, and it'll be time to pick a Linux distro to play around in Linux, because I'm quite curious about what Steam can do in a Linux environment, and I've never actually had a Linux PC that was in the ballpark performance-wise to my main system until now. It's always been some horrid old dinosaur. Dallosaurus. Anyways, well, let's quit staring at this blue screen of not-so-death, because it's not like your typical blue screen in Windows. Let's grab the Windows 10 disk that I upgraded to Win 10 Pro on Tuxedo from and see what that does. That is so wrong that I've got all black inside of silver. Ah well, the colors in this thing haven't matched in a very long time. We do have a damage report - casualty report though. This drive isn't powered anymore because the SATA port broke on the back. Boo! Cheap piece of plastic, but these drives are from 2007. So I guess I can't complain now, can I? Can I get the CD out of the sleeve with just one hand? This is gonna get me some comments. People are gonna be like, he's back! Torturing old computers again. Congratulations, Jay, I knew you had it in ya. Well, this is not a computer channel per se, but I certainly have some fun messing around with computers from time to time, and computers kinda count as multimedia. Okay. Load up the silver platter. Well.
Ah yes, you go home, you do stuff at work for 8 hours, all computers. Then you go home, you do more messing with computers. When do you not mess with computers, Jason? Yes.
Enough with the impressions already, darn it. So, pushing the button is not gonna do anything, is it? No, of course not. We gotta restart this thing. Ooh, Control-Alt-Delete actually works. That's different. Intel P35. This is rolling with 4 gigs. I wonder if the messed up SATA port on the drive might have caused a power fault that killed the whole system. Maybe that's what did it. I could just yank the drive. Oh, press the boot. I'm plugged right into the front anyways. Actually, there's no cords going into the back of that thing, so I can just yank the whole drive out and show you. I'm not used to being able to do this, but while that's loading up. Howdy, folks. Yeah, see that? Just pins. It's as bad as a horrible old USB. I really don't think I want to go to all the trouble to solder a new power and data onto this thing. I mean, come on, it's a DVD drive. These things go for 20 these days. Not that expensive. I do, however, want to take the Blu-ray drive. Well, we'll figure out the Blu-ray drive later. It is reading, though. So the question is, will it let me use this retail copy of Windows 10 to do a repair on this technical preview installation? And it will be slower because we have a mechanical drive. How's the processor doing? It's hard to see from this angle. Ooh, 19 Celsius. And that's with a stock cooler. Good job, Intel. Of course, Core 2s have always run cooler than the Phenoms with the stock coolers that I have. And of course, we're using the hack job USB ports to power all of this. If you plug directly into the motherboard, then you don't have to worry about the thing not doing the delete thing and stuff like that. Ooh, we got a swirly. Swirl away, swirly. Let's see what my options are. Can I repair the technical preview and then update the heck out of it until it breaks? I really don't think this is gonna work. I think we're gonna end up axing Windows and going Linux. And if we go Linux, I should make some plans to shuffle some things around. Uh-oh, we blue screened again. We'll see what happens. Hey, we got a pointer at least. So here's the plan. The crap book, the netbook, piece of junk. I tried putting an SSD in that thing, but it was like casting thy pearls before swine, or polishing a turd, whatever analogy you want to use. Those two lights look really ugly in these videos. They don't glare as much to the human eye as they do to the camera, but I can certainly see where I kind of had some streaks from cleaning the monitor off. Or TV, excuse me. Yeah. So, putting an SSD in that horrendous AMD APU dual-core piece of junk, slowest computer I've ever had netbook, hasn't been too good for the netbook. It's basically a waste of an SSD. So I'm gonna, pick the dog with the least fleas, mechanical drive-wise, and relegate that netbook to just uploading to YouTube or something like that. Little 20-watt blip-a-blip can just upload videos while I do other things on the other computers. Things like that. Give it something to do until however the heck I kill that thing. Maybe leave it in a freezing cold room and hope the weather takes it out. But the freezing cold room brought this back. Okay, we are English, US. Well, I'm kind of German-ish, but got a bit of a German and Italian background. But I don't know how many jokes it's gonna get. Exit and continue to Windows Technical Preview. Okay, no, let's do troubleshoot. Reset this PC. You can do that with a test version of Windows? Let's do that! Well, personal files don't really matter on this thing, so let's chuck everything. No, is this seriously gonna let me do this? Windows Technical Preview, reset the whole freaking thing. Oh, brother. It's not gonna let me keep Windows. No way, Jose. $100. Ooh, yeah, get the strap off of there. $100 a license. It's not gonna happen, folks. I think I better get a download of Linux Mint going or something like that. Yeah, well, I guess you could say this is the conclusion of the Windows 10 experiment, because Windows 10 Technical Preview is gone after this. I'm not going to try putting the Windows 10 retail on the Delosaurus, for one very simple reason. Some folks have already correctly pointed out that the processor does not have the instruction sets necessary to run this darn thing. Whatever. Okay, instead of looking at the swirly the whole time, let's actually cut back in. Oh! Ha! Making me look like a moron, aren't you, Windows?
Your PC has more than one drive. Do you want to remove all files from all drives?
Well, what? Interesting. Where's the other drive? I only have one hard drive in this thing. To be nice, let's do I? Yeah, I think I might have been using it for whatever. We do not want to recycle the PC. Well, can we go back? Nah, I guess we blew it away. No, cancel. There we go. Let's just try that again. Well, what happens if we continue to Windows Technical Preview? Let me guess. It restarts. Stupid. Oh, this is going to be one of those long 45-minute videos, isn't it? Watch out, B. Bishop PCM. I'm going to make a video longer than your 30-minute... Well, at least I'm not talking about, like, 100-year-old toasters for 45 minutes or something. No, leave the guy alone. He works in IT in, like, a school district or something, or... Oh, boot. It's not going to boot on its own. Right. Yeah, so we're starting over. So to not have this be repetitive, we will reconvene when the darn menu comes back up. Right, let's try this again in this experiment of failure. Okay, what are the advanced options here? System restore. Can I go into safe mode? Command prompt. System image recovery. Restore point. Is there any restore points I can use? Windows Technical Preview. Whoa, dude, there is stuff on here. May 27th at 3:16 p.m. Windows updates. Okay, maybe we should take the antivirus off, because it was trying to update Avast that crashed the whole thing. Let's try going back to May 27th, 2015. Ay. Alright, go, gadget, go. Whatever. Alright. This might take a while. Interesting, though, the CD on the Silver Bullet is actually making more noise than the fans. So even with 80mm fans, if you can run them at minimum speed because you live in a place that's biased towards being cold, and you have better cooling on the chips and everything, I'm starting to wonder about airflow in and out of cases, because I've had some pretty spiffy fan setups and they barely move the thermometer. But the minute I get some better cooling, just get the heat off the darn chip, as long as the air has somewhere to go afterwards. Things that make you go, Restoring files. It's like saving and loading in Mario Paint. I have been spoiled by solid-state drives. I say the exact same stuff at work. I have a laptop with an SSD in it, and I get a little too... I'm just too used to solid state, man. I'll go to help somebody with one of the Sandy Bridge Core i5s. They may have a nice Core i5, they have a better processor than I do, but they still have a mechanical drive, and unfortunately the Dell Optiplexes we have at the office have laptop drives in them. Are they even 7200 RPM? Yeah. Some of them can get pretty chuggy sometimes. And that's what this is reminding me of. Yeah, I've been kind of spoiled by SSDs. But anyways, so what are we going to do when this comes back up? Well, we can try not updating the antivirus. Yeah. Just keep using this until Microsoft's like, dude, you're using the technical preview in 2016? Come on, man, pay up or ditch the... Well... I don't know. I heard some people in the comments talk about getting upgrades because they used the technical preview and tested it out, but that could be he said, she said, whatever. Oh yeah, I am totally not just saying random stuff while the thing just keeps going and going and going, and okay, enough of this. Okay, this piece of junk finally finished. darn mechanical drives. Now that System Restore is completed, we are back to May 27th at 3:16. Well, we'll see what happens. Restart! You can see me in the reflection. I'm actually wearing the sunglasses. Howdy, folks. Gotta walk the walk, talk the talk, although people are kind of sick of the sunglasses anyways. Focus! We are zoomed all the way out, right? Alright, we do not want to boot from the CD. No. Tick-tock, tick-tock. There we go. See what we got here. Spinny, spinny. Does it ever say starting automatic repair? If it says starting automatic repair, this fails. Howdy, folks. No automatic repair. We're back in with a Vast 2016. No, it supposedly it didn't. Well, it rolled things back, but we'll see how much of this still works. How many updates can I download for this technical preview? Well, we're kind of being a little presumptuous here. I mean, wonder if I should put the boob light on and shut off those two lights in the back. Might help with the lighting situation a bit. Or I could just put the lights in a position where they're not constantly glaring into the TV. Got some ideas for that later, though. Well, we're stuck. Right. Yeah, looks like everything's kind of stuck. You know, I'd like to play some games on Tuxedo while doing this stuff on the Silver Bullet, because they're both going to the same monitor. All I gotta do is change the source. I just don't want to trip the breaker from two computers at once. I've done that before. Okay, what the heck happened here? Oh, brother. Remember this background? This might be a blast from the past for some people. I don't even know if this even went to retail. Is it even... I haven't seen it anyways. Well, then again, I use my own custom background, so I'm kind of not a good person to answer that question. As soon as the hard drive stops grinding, we'll try some Windows updates and see if we can break this thing. Chug, 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 chug. Where have I seen this before? Hello, mechanical drives from 6-7 years ago. Maybe I should plan that SSD experiment sooner rather than later. Yeah. By the way, another blast from the past. Who remembers this background from the technical preview? I am totally going to break this thing. I can see it now. Ooh, 99%. Sooner as the disk stop. Well, let me guess. I can go make supper, and in the time it takes for this disk to stop churning. Holy crap! Microsoft confirms Windows 10 preview users will get a free upgrade. Thanks for the heads up, lifehacker.com. Wow! Let's sign in with my account on this thing, darn it! Cool! This was an XP machine, by the way, lest we forget. Yeah, let's register this bad boy and update it to retail. Sweet! Nice little reward for testing it out. Awesome. This is from June 20th of 2015. And, let's try that out. Of course, it is going to be tied to the motherboard, no doubt. But yeah, let's take the steps here and let's legitimize... Well, legitimize. This isn't pirated, for Pete's sake. I just used the preview. But yeah, that should tie it to the motherboard, so I can finish running this Core 2 Duo into the ground on Windows 10. Handy that. Bravissimo. I gotta test new builds of Windows more often. Oh, look at this blast from the past. Oh, it just had Project Spartan on there. The original name for the Microsoft Edge browser. Rubbish. Brought out the turd Shiba for reference, and yeah, it is on top of the AV receiver, but I've got the sound going directly to the TV on this machine, so I'm not even using the amp. That's not going to heat up. We're going for broke. So apparently you needed to have been using build 10130, or 10,130 for those that want to be formal, in order to possibly qualify for the free upgrade from the Windows 10 Insider Preview to the full version of Windows 10. So we're going for broke here. We're going to try installing Windows 10 off of the, well, since I was using the Pro preview, I'm going to try putting Win 10 Pro on here, and if it won't register, then we'll just axe Windows completely and put Linux on this thing. But something is going to be on this machine by the end of the night. Now, the problem is, the rollback that I did in order to get it to where the machine would boot again rolled me back to the build before 10.130. But there was a time when I was signed on and I was logged in with a Microsoft account to build 10.130. Let's see if that stuck from all those months ago. In the meantime, this looks like it's gonna be, yeah, I might have to watch the CD with the door open to make sure it's still reading correctly. Crash! Well, that didn't work. Let's try a reset with the retail disk, which is what it's currently doing right now. And I just want to get back to maybe set the date back or something like that, but just get a GUI again and then put the disk in like I'm upgrading, see if that goes through. If that doesn't, it's Linux time. I'm thinking Linux Mint, actually. Something that works good with gaming. I want to try the Steam Linux client. Nope, that's not going to work. Let's try System Restore again to the last restore point, just for the heck of it. This is it. One last shot in the dark. We just got to get back to a GUI version of Windows, and then try the CD from inside that GUI version of Windows. Because I do remember, I think when I took the upgrade for the other systems, I had to have something running, and then do it the normal way, and then, or to upgrade it, and then go back and do a full clear, and then when it got online it would register. I've been reading some conflicting articles too while this has been going on. I've been reading some conflicting articles about whether or not Microsoft really let people, go through this. Oh, crash! We got some expired stuff once again. I think this is it for this kind of stuff. I think we gotta wipe everything. Installing Windows 10 on the crap book anyways, just to see if I can type in the serial number. That guy talks too much. We're in. This is the last shot in the dark attempt to upgrade. So I watched some of my older videos, so see, I do watch some of this stuff, and I basically found out, yes, I did upgrade first and then was able to do things blank, so to speak. Now, before I get a bazillion security warnings because I had to fiddle with the date to get back into the OS, let's put that CD in there and just see if it goes through. If it doesn't, then, nope, sorry Steam. This might be a little bit of a problem. We gotta get the drive to stop grinding again, which means we gotta get everything to stop updating again. 50, 66, 75, 8, everything's gonna try and update again. Alright, let's do this. Ugh! Listen to those TV speakers. Doo-dah, doo-dah. So this is going from the technical preview up to Win 10 Pro 64-bit, which is what corresponds to this old evaluation doodad right here. And I am not going to keep fiddling with the date. If this doesn't really work, because I'm at build 10.074. I did get to build 10.131. We'll see if that article, maybe I missed a few details in that article or something. Is there any signs of life from the, well, the drive is grinding like heck. We gotta get the drive to stop grinding before this'll do anything, I suppose. Interesting. It seems to be going, but if Windows won't activate, then that's it. We're going to Linux. Let's see if that insider whatever it was that I was reading about earlier. Here's the thing. Avast is throwing a fit because I've got the date set way off on this thing, but it was the only way I could get back into this system one last time. I do want to get rid of this test version of Win 10. Now, if people who tested are allowed to upgrade to retail, yay! Otherwise, Linux! It's going forward. Nice. Let me guess. It installs, but it doesn't activate. That's my guess anyways. I think I got this up to build 10.130. Well, if I didn't, Linux box it is. Very important note. Because I was planning on taking the 2005 system and finding a way to mount that stuff inside of the inside the Delosaurus, I am getting a Linux box no matter what happens. So, we'll see what happens. It finished! Hi there, welcome back. Yes, that's me. Etc, etc, do not track, etc, 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 use express settings. New apps for the new Windows, etc, etc. Alright, what do we have? Is it restarting? Or is it going in? No mouse. Must be restarting or something. I forgot how long these take, and it, Well, everything is going nuts right now. I don't have a mouse either. I forgot how long these things take. Hi! What? We're not going to say we're setting things up for you? Okay. Gotta type the old password from before. Yeah, I gotta upgrade this to my... What the... Weird. Oh, there we go. We're setting things up for you. I haven't seen this in a while. Oh, come on. Where's the pretty colors? Come on, Windows. Whatever. This won't take long. Ooh, there's the colors. Yeah, I forgot how long this takes. So here's the plan. Yeah, pretty exhausted, so we're going to call it a night after this, whether it works or not. So here's the plan. If this works, then we celebrate, and we follow through just like when Tuxedo got upgraded to Windows 10 Retail. We let it do its thing, and then blow it away. G-part the whole thing out of there, because the motherboard will have registered to Microsoft's whatever they have as a hardware hash, and then do a fresh install with a blank disk. I don't think I had any actual data on there. We'll get it running with a mechanical drive first, but I'm not really planning on doing much with this machine at this point besides playing around with Steam and seeing what I can get to run on this old dual core. It's kind of like my green ham gaming machine, so to speak. So here's ultimately what's going to happen. Taking care of a few things. So ultimately what's going to happen then is we'll get it running and we won't have a problem at all with blowing it away. Maybe plug it back into the tube monitor over at the project area and just let that churn away, get itself up to date, bring in some stuff, test things on it, things like that, and most importantly, run Steam because this thing is lower power than Tuxedo is because of the older processor and the older video card. So I think the video card in this is the 6000 series, the last Radeon I had. Eventually, I will upgrade it to the 760 when Tuxedo goes to a 970 in advance of Monolith. But I don't know how the video cards are going to split out. Might even go back to onboard video on this thing if I really want to mess around with it. But that's what we'll do. So, yeah, right now it's just about seeing if it registers. And if Windows registers up and activates up, then we know that we can blank this thing, get it working with its existing drives, and then eventually bring over that SSD from the crap book, which is basically polishing a turd on that horrible old system. So, put an SSD in this thing and have similar performance to Tuxedo without all this, well, lag. Unless Newegg has an SSD sale going on right now. Certainly wouldn't mind an upgrade of the main drive in Tuxedo in advance of Monolith. You see how this works? The thing is, though, the SSD that is in the horrible netbook is a SATA 2, not SATA 3, and the motherboard on this piece of junk, the Silver Bullet, is the original Tuxedo motherboard with the Core 2 Duo. It only has SATA 2 on it, and the 2005 system only has the original SATA on it. So it would be polishing a turd to put a new SSD in this thing. So, I guess that's our phrase of the night. Polishing a turd. Let's let our friendly little, hi, we're setting things up for you, multicolor, trippy little screen right here, finish installing and see if it activates. If it activates, this is a success, and hats off to Microsoft for letting a test system upgrade to the full version, because a lot of people were running the test systems on crappy old machines, so it's not like this is the main system or it's really going to be... I mean, I am buying a copy of Windows 10 Retail. Don't know if it's going to be Pro or Home or not. Probably Home. I don't really need the Pro features for businesses. But Windows 10, I'm probably going to buy a retail version of it from Monolith. So I'm definitely buying a retail version for the next machine that I build. But if this thing can stay in a Windows environment, it'd be pretty cool to play around with stuff on here without putting Tuxedo at risk. Do all the experimental stuff on here, and then bring it over to Tuxedo later. It's taking a bit longer than usual, but it should be ready soon. Yeah, that's because you have a mechanical drive this time. Let's start. Okay, we are in. What do we have? Oh, we have an update. And this is the original build of Windows 10. Hey, I remember this. glary utilities is flipping out. Let's see here. Properties. Is Windows activated on this PC? It's just a... Oh, there goes Clunky. Product ID is not available. Oh, Windows is not activated. Yeah. We might have to check this by signing in with my actual account. Right. Well, it looks like we're looking at Linux then.
Epic.
Okay, we're at the Microsoft Windows blog. I almost said vlog there. I was like, what? Yeah, that's right. These old blogs still exist. So I finally went straight to the horse's mouth on this. It looks like the media screwed a few things up with that Windows 10 thing and the whole Windows Insider program. So here's the situation. So yeah, it's exactly as I thought it was. You can install it, but you can't activate it because the free retail version was intended to be used by people who tried the previews on devices already running Windows 7 and Windows 8. That's what that was all about. Glad we could clear up that confusion. So here's the situation then. There's no way, probably no way, that I'll be able to activate on there. So it wasn't like, oh, cool, you tested, cool, have a free copy. No, it doesn't work that way. And to some, if Microsoft's automated systems work the way I think they work, some of what I've done tonight might look kind of like identity theft in progress. You know, all of a sudden out of nowhere, here's this guy out of nowhere trying to register more Windows with my name and da-da-da, even though it's me. And the IP address would be different too, because the last time I installed Windows, I moved, or it was before I moved. Okay. So, this concludes the Windows 10 experiment, because I have officially concluded any and all type stuff, any and all involvement. Switch back to HDMI to the other one here. This officially concludes... Oh, look at this nice background. How come I don't have this in the one that I have on Tuxedo? Boo! Okay. This officially concludes my experience with the Windows 10 preview editions, and thus concludes the Windows 10 experiment. Because it's no longer an experiment. It's my OS of choice, at least on my main system. As for the secondary system, pick the new OS for the silver bullet in the comments sections. Or in the comments section. So, what kind of Linux should I put on this thing? I'm thinking Linux Mint. I want to play around with Linux and also try Linux Gaming. And see how Linux Gaming develops. SteamOS is not an option because SteamOS has been eclipsed by the Steam client on other distros of Linux. So, I might try Linux Mint just to start, but if there's one that's better for gaming, be sure to let me know. As it is right now, it's been a fun experiment with Windows 10, but this is where it ends, because it's now officially not an experiment with me anymore. And fortunately, I was able to run both computers without tripping the breaker. So it was worth a shot. But it was basically some media hysteria gone wrong that gave me the impression that, oh yeah, you tested it, you get a free copy. No, it's if you tested it on a device with a legit Win 7, Win 8 license. That's the way it goes. The only thing, maybe, that I could try doing would be to scuttle the crap book, because the screen's dying on it anyways, and try to reinstall the recovery disks, but that's probably A, compact specific, and B, an OEM license of Windows. And the way OEM works is it lives and dies on the hardware it was originally installed on. So it's looking like Linux for the silver bullet. Let's pick a distro and let's see what we can do with it. And ooh, pretty mouse colors, because I have both mice going at once. They're both light up mice. This concludes the Windows 10 experiment. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. It's been fun doing this sort of stuff over the span of the last year or so. I noticed that my original Win 10 versus the Silver Bullet video from the preview days is from February of last year. So this has been a fun year. And, well, this is where it ends. Thanks for watching, everybody. Till next time, this is MultimediaJay, signing off. Thanks for stopping by.